Right now, Angela has been tracking the watches and warning that have been happening throughout the afternoon.
And of course, you can still see the red and green on live Doppler 13 radar right now. Firefighters believe the lightning from one of those storms hit this house here on the northeast side. This is why you always want to stay with us. Make sure we're tracking things so you can be aware of what's coming in and what's moving through your area. Angela's been on the case.
And we still have several warnings, so we're going to get right to it on live Doppler 13 radar to show you the cluster of storms in the eastern part of our area that is triggering several severe thunderstorm warnings and additional warnings, all because of, again, this cluster of storms. So we're under a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Rush County, including those of you in Carthage. Severe thunderstorm warning Cambridge City, Richmond, down into Connersville, Liberty, all the way south through Blooming Grove and Brookville. The severe thunderstorm warning for that area, including Wayne County, goes until 6 o'clock. We also have the severe thunderstorm warning for Rush until 5:15. We're starting to see these bright spikes, this bright red, as we look at the velocities, especially in the area from Hagerstown to Cambridge City, south to Connersville to just north of Rushville, indicating that potential for some damaging wind gusts. We also have a flood warning in effect for northern Rush County that goes in another warning, a flood warning for parts of northern Hancock County until 7:15, and another flood warning from storms earlier today for parts of Clinton County until 8:45. Additional storms moving through Hartford City, Eaton, and Muncie. The majority of the storms now pushing off to the east. So we're dealing with a cluster now, also keeping a very close eye on what's developing across parts of Wisconsin, over Lake Michigan, into western Michigan, hinting from the Storm Prediction Center that that cluster may move south and east and impact northeastern Indiana. So they have increased our threat level to a 3 and a 4 for Muncie, over toward Marion into Peru, and then up toward Fort Wayne. FUTURETRAK 13 showing that complex of storms for now missing us. But Sean, we're not completely convinced that they miss us. Those storms will be riding on the cap in the atmosphere, or the edge of the heat. And heat is the other part of the story today.
Well, it really is. And this is just day one. We still have 2 more really hot ones, and Thursday might be bumped into this as well here. So we want to let you know, and we shouldn't have to tell you this about your car and how hot it can get, but unfortunately we've seen over the last 10 years about the number of fatalities. Want to show you how this plays out, just how quickly your car can heat up. So for example, tomorrow we're forecasting 98. Within a half an hour, well over 100 degrees. And I mentioned over the last 10 years, look at some of the numbers. These should be at 0. That's what we should be striving for. Let's talk about today, because it was some rare air for us. We finally had our first 90. We had a dew point of 79. That is as humid as it gets around here. And in the last 30 years, we've only had 14 days with a dew point that high. We had a heat index of 105. The last time we had that was back during that brutal summer of 2012. Let's hope that's not what we're staring down, but this is early. It's June. Power companies are giving us warnings already about potential problems perhaps later this summer. Dustin Grove explains why some are concerned the grid may not be able to meet demand and what we can do to help.